I was watching a video of one of my spiritual mentors recently, and she said that if you're not moving your body, you're making your awakening journey much harder than it needs to be. And I was like, oh my God, why do we keep forgetting this? The physical movement, the body movement aspect of the journey. And I completely get it when we are in the really tough phases of our awakening, when we're really going through some challenges. The natural response we have is to lay down on the bed or to just lay down on the couch and not get up and keep drowning in that misery. I completely get that that's the natural response, but that's what we have to break, right? And this is so true. I have experienced this so many times in my life. Still, I keep forgetting it, sometimes here, sometimes there, that when you're going through a tough phase, move your body, because your body is the one that is storing all of that trauma inside. Your body is the one that has all these energetic knots that you need to break and all of these things. Your body is the one that has all these energetic blocks, and if you're not moving your body, just sitting and meditating and visualizing and what else, like saying stuff, saying mantra and stuff, even though they are extremely helpful, they are a part of the equation. You need to move your body. You need to move your body in order to remove those blockages, in order to dissolve those blockages, those traumas that your body is carrying, not even from this lifetime, but sometimes from many lives. Yes, that is true very much. And if you felt it, you felt it. So today I'm going to give you a few of the really amazing and simple body movement that you can do when you're in such a phase in your awakening, and actually even even when not, what am I saying, even when you're not in such phases, because you don't need to wait for your journey to get difficult in order to embody your daily spiritual practices. You don't need to go through a tough phase and only then you will meditate properly and only then you will do your body movement. The point of doing all of this is for you to make yourself more resilient and more prepared if those things happen at any time. Because if you really get into this practice of doing your spiritual practices regularly, whether that is the sitting still kind of practices, the meditation and stuff, or whether that's the body movement, and that's what makes you prepared for the time when maybe some challenges will come up, and you will be able to deal with them much differently. So the work doesn't just happen when you're going through a challenging phase. The work keeps happening all of the time for your own betterment. So don't wait for a really sad or a really what do I say, really challenging phase of your journey in order to do your practices. Okay, that's what I'm gonna say. So, one thing is stillness practices, which is your meditation and chanting and all of those things, and the other thing is body movement. I'm not gonna talk about meditation and chanting in this one. In this one, I'm going to tell you about the body movement practices, and both of them are equally important in the journey. Don't do this or that. I have seen personally many times now that both of them are important. So, body movement, let's first talk about vibration and shaking. So, vibration and shaking is something that is really, really efficient in releasing trauma from your body. So it's extremely simple. You literally just have to stand, like just keep your feet maybe shoulder width apart or a bit more than shoulder width apart, and just shake, literally just shake, keep vibrating your body up and down. And how that's going to happen is, like, basically the movement happens in your knees. So you can just do it and you can try it out. Your knees are the ones that are actually moving up and down, and that makes your whole body vibrate. So vibration is one thing that is really, really beneficial for releasing the trauma inside your body, which is not just of this lifetime, which your body has been housing since from the past lifetimes as well. So do this shaking practice, maybe play a song or something, and set your intention. Whenever you're doing any exercise, set an intention. So when you're doing your shaking, when you're starting your shaking, set the intention of releasing any trauma or any blockages from your body that your body is ready to release right now. Set an intention, something like that, and then just do your shaky shaky thing, and it will really help you. Another thing that I want to say is the hip movements and the hip rolls, hip shaking. This is very, very important, especially for women who are watching this. We store a lot of trauma and a lot of junk, so to say, in our pelvic area. Shake your hips or do the normal hip rolls or anything, any hip movement, shaking, rolling, whatever you want to do, it is essential for you. I mean, males also, but I'm also specifically talking to females as well. It is a non negotiable for you. So, next was the hip shaking, the hip rolling. Another thing is what you can try is something called as free flow dance. That is when you are feeling more into the flow state, and that is literally basically you just play any music. I would recommend that you play a music which does not have lyrics, because lyrics and words, they also come with some or the other conditioning. Like you hear a word and something is going to pop in your head, so like words will have some or the other conditioning. But if you're playing plain music, some positive kind of music, then that is good. So you just play that kind of music, or you play some music which has good words inside of it, and you just do a free flow dance movement in which you allow your body to move however your body wants to move right now. So that's an intuitive dance movement. That's something you can do when you're feeling more in your feminine side, when you're feeling more in the flow state. For me personally, these days I'm doing the shaking practices a lot, and they have really made such a difference. I have seen this so many times that when I'm going through a tough phase of my awakening, and the moment I do the physical like shaking or vibration and stuff, it very drastically changes my inner state. So don't take these things lightly. These are simple things, but they are not to be taken lightly. It's a good thing that they are simple. Okay, so don't take them for granted. So we've talked about shaking. We have talked about the particularly hip movements, the hip rolls, the hip shaking, twerking if you like to twerk, and we have talked about the free flow dance movement. Apart from that, if you're someone who loves dancing, oh my god, join a dance class. And there are so many different varieties of dance class. You know, you can join something a bit more feminine, which is like belly dance or something like that. I used to do that around, I think, 2 years ago now. Yeah, I'm so out of practice. My God, maybe I should start doing it again. Like belly dance or something like that. Again, with belly dance, because it particularly involves a lot of hip shaking, it is so, so good for women. It's very, very good. So you can do something like that or anything else that you might like. But even if, let's say, you're doing some kind of dance which doesn't necessarily focus on the hip area or the shaking of the body, I would say still like incorporate some sort of hip movements in your daily life if your maybe dance routine is not particularly that kind. So yeah, you can join a dance class. You can do the physical yoga. You can do the yoga asan. Why I'm saying physical yoga is because yoga is not just about the body movements. I'm not going to talk about that in this video, but yeah, you can do the asan, yoga asan, if you are into that, like doing all the yoga and stuff. So there are a lot of physical movements that you can do. But yes, this statement, this is so true, that if you are not moving your body, you are making your awakening journey much harder than it needs to be. So don't do that. If you like this video, let me know in the comments below, and like this video, subscribe to my channel if you want more content on spirituality, and I would love to see you in the next video. Till then, bye bye.